everyone, it's Alison at the Pennsylvania Public Library, and today I'm joined by Rebekah, our other student. And so the two of us are here with some expectations for post-secondary and some tips and tricks to get through high school, since we both just finished that in June, and we're heading off to university in like a couple days. So,
yes.
Rebekah, what are some of your expectations going into university?
Well, I was already ready from the get-go to know that it was going to be very stressful. I have to move in by myself. I'm an adult now, and I'm moving into an apartment, which is a little bit different than what Alison's doing, so that's a little more stressful because I had to find my place, and I almost didn't find an apartment. But I know with that comes a lot of freedom, so I'm going to have a lot of freedom to do things. I can stay up a little later than normal that my parents might have let me when I was younger in high school. I know some people have curfews and bedtime still, but I don't have to have that anymore. And I also know that I'll have to build some habits now that I'm moving away. I'm going to have different night and morning routines than I did in high school. It'll be really difficult to build those again. And to make sure I wake up in time for class. I know it'll be very hard for me, but Alison, do you have any expectations?
I mean, I have a couple. I've always been told that going into post-secondary, expect a grade drop. If your average in high school sits at 90, then expect a 12% grade drop. So
Yeah.
90 is a 78, and I'm not used to that. So it'll be an experience. And then the other thing is time management skills. I've already started to look at my course syllabuses and looking at the assignment due dates and exams and everything, and I'm just I could handle one class, but we're gonna try 5. And so I feel those time management skills we developed in high school are gonna be really put to the test.
That, or you have to make completely new ones.
That too. And so what are your, you just finished high school, obviously, we both did.
Yeah.
How did you do it?
How did I graduate? Well, I know that one of the main things I did was I took a lot of summer classes.
Yes.
I took summer classes every time that I could, because then it opened up more spaces for me to take electives that I wanted in high school. And I actually could have graduated a semester earlier than all of my other classmates, but I chose not to. I chose to stay and collect a few more classes, a few more credits for something else. But I would really recommend taking your summer classes. Is there something else you want to comment about?
Yeah, summer classes for sure. And unlike what people say, they don't actually take up your whole summer. It's July, and they're done by the first week of August at the latest.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of work depending on the course, because I did do grade 12 English.
Oh, yeah.
But it's totally worth it. Plus, there's no exams when you do it online.
Very true. Very
Perfect.
true.
Anything else?
I was really, really bad when it came to doing my homework at home, because I struggled with a lot of different subjects. So when I was at home and I didn't have help, I would get really frustrated. So I really recommend finishing your homework when you're in class. So an example with me was math. I was very, very bad at it, and I would try as much as I could to finish my homework in class, because if I needed help, it was right there for me. Because my parents really can't understand the math that we have now, because it was completely different from when they did math. They loved to tell me that. So I would do your homework in class.
Yeah.
And sorry, no, go ahead.
You get to a certain level in your studies where you can't ask for help at home anymore.
No.
And I feel that level is grade 10.
Yeah. Your parents forget everything that they learned in high school, because it was so long ago for them. So they can't remember how it works. Everything's called different things. So very, very difficult. And another thing that I also wanted to recommend was join clubs, join sports, be a part of something, because it'll make high school a lot more fun, and you'll make a lot more friends that way. I know I never joined anything in high school. I was very, to myself and to my friends, I wanted just to focus on my schoolwork, and I missed out on a lot of stuff that Alison did, and she got to go away and be a part of tournaments and stuff, and I didn't get to do that, so I kind of regretted it at the end. So I would recommend joining some clubs or sports and such like that.
Don't be intimidated.
No,
like they really want people to join their clubs and their sports and everything else. They need the people, obviously, to compete in these things. So don't let the sport intimidate you. If you've never tried basketball, give it a try.
Everyone is just as scared as you are, because if you're scared for high school, everyone else feels the exact same way. Believe me, we all related to that near the end, is that we all felt the same way and we didn't talk about it. So I would just put yourself out there. So
yeah, and then my tips and tricks come down to like, take care of yourself. Like, you can't do well in school if you're tired. You can't do well if you're dehydrated. Like, you need to eat like 3 meals a day. I mean, it's really basic stuff, but when it comes down to it, it wears on you, and you'll see it in your performance in those clubs that we just talked about, or just even in your grades. I know, like, when I was tired and I had a test the next day, it was like,
yeah, it was really hard.
And then the other thing is, like, I was always intimidated to like raise my hand and be like, I don't understand that. Do it. The teachers are there to teach you.
I learned to get over that fear very quickly, because although I asked a stupid question or I felt ridiculous asking the question, I realized that it didn't matter, because if I needed help and I'm not asking, it's my fault if I don't get things done in the end. And plus, other people might have the same question that you're about to ask, and they're too afraid to ask. So then you're helping them out by asking the question. But anything else?
No, I don't think so. I think, if you take care of yourself and you put in the effort into school, whatever grade you're going into, elementary school, high school, post-secondary, if you put in the effort, you're going to get that same like reward out of it. Like, you put in 100%, you're going to get 100% out of it. Like, don't take things halfway, because at the end of it, you'll be like, ooh, could have done more.
Yes.
So thanks for joining us, everyone, and I hope this helped to some degree, and best of luck to everyone in the upcoming school year. Thanks, everyone.